Hey guys, this is CD and today's Leetcode challenge is constraint subsequent sum. In this, you will be given an integer array, an integer k, and you will be returning the maximum sum of non-empty subsequence of that array. The condition is the consecutive integers in the subsequence, where the difference between the consecutive integers should satisfy whether it should be less than or equal to k, the integer which was given. So for this, I'll be using dynamic programming and Deque for this. So I have used dynamic programming to store and update the maximum subsequent sum at each index, while the Deque is to manage and efficiently compute the maximum subsequent sum within the constraint by maintaining a window of elements in the specific order. These two data structures work to solve the problem with both efficiency and correctness. So first I'll be initializing an array. Now I have to initialize the first element of DP with the first element of array. Okay. Now I have to initialize a variable to keep track of the maximum subsequent sum. So I'm initializing a maximum variable for it. Yeah. Now I have to update the maximum with the value of the first element. So we have to update it. Yeah, with the value. And uh, so after updating it, we'll be creating a DQ to maintain the elements contributing to the maximum subsequent sum. So we'll be creating a DQ. Yeah. After creating a DQ, you have to add the first element to the DQ. So you have to add the first element. After adding the first element, you have to iterate over the elements of the array. So for iterating it, I'll be iterating from the second element because first element we have initialized it. So we have to iterate from the second element where the index starts from 1. So after that, yeah, again I have to initialize the dp of I with the current element. And next, I'll be checking the element is at the index, which is at the front of the DQ. And at the same time, you have to check whether it is beyond the K position. If it is beyond the K position, you have to remove it because it doesn't satisfy the condition. Okay. So I'll be using a if condition where I'll be checking whether it will not exceed the limit K. So you have to remove it. You can use remove first for this. This I minus k minus 1 actually. Yeah. This is to check if the element is at the front of the DQ. Okay. So I have used these both conditions and we have removed it. Next, you have to update the dp of I to the maximum of its current value and the element at the front of the dq and nums of I. Okay, I'll show in code so that you can understand it. Now after this, you have to remove the elements from the back of the dq while they are less than the dp of I. So I'll be using a while loop for removing the elements from the back of the dq. So here I'll be using a while loop till this empty. This should be less than, yeah. We'll be using poll last for removing it. Now after it, you have to add the current DPI value to the back of the DQ. You'll be offering it at last. So after this, you have to offer. After that, you have to update the maximum variable with the maximum of its current value. So I'll be updating it with the maximum value. And finally, you'll be returning the max. Syntax error. Yeah, the test cases have passed. And I have used DQ also because the time complexity is big of 1.